Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Josh. Welcome back to another video. And HAULATHON is finally over for about a couple of weeks now. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty behind on that, right? I get it. It's kind of been a while. So this might be considered old news at this point. I'm not sure. Only because they're still selling HAULATHON products at Target still, surprisingly. Yeah, I know. And technically, not everything has come out yet. I know for the whole Ninja Turtle situation with the whole Toka and Razar 2-pack, for some odd reason, they haven't been hitting most Target stores like they should. And some people have even noticed that scalpers been selling them for like hundreds and even $200, which obviously sucks. I mean, that's terrible, but honestly, it doesn't end there because holy shit, this was wow, was this Holothon thing pretty wild, not gonna lie. Honestly, even I'm not too sure what to really think about it. Lots of people have different, experiences with it. Some people like this, some people hated it. Some people say never do this again. I mean, let's be honest here. Of course, NECA is gonna want to do this again. If it made money, of course, it doesn't matter if it's us collectors or scalpers. If it made them money, of course they're gonna want to do it again, even if many people don't want them to do it again. So it's hard to really talk about this without explaining everything, like the meat and bones of it. I don't know if that's a saying, but I guess that's my saying. Basically, this whole thing started when back in March, I want to say, or February, somewhere in between. I'm not too sure. I know that this was somewhere around New York Toy Fair, maybe a little bit after, where they announced that Target would be doing a sort of collectors event or collaboration with Target, where they'll be selling never before seen collectors, and collectibles, a whole ton of stuff, and they work with different associations too. Chia Pets was part of it. Hello Kitty was part of it. Basically, it was meant to be this huge big thing. It's I honestly I don't really know what to really call it. You know, I think personally I would say it's just Target's excuse of putting out product because let's be honest here, even in the past, whether it's shipping problems or the pandemic, well, it's up to you to really decide whose fault it is. But obviously, sometimes you don't really find much really in the collector's aisle. Most of the time, even if you go to like a different Target or a different store or whatever, and I forgot to mention, this is a Target exclusive event, so you would not find this stuff anywhere else, which already sucks enough, but at least you're getting product, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, that's one of the biggest problems is that that this is solely Target exclusive. And, I guess the way I look at it is that as long as it works, I guess. But then again, there was already so much things going on with it. Now, they announced this somewhere in March and that this would be a 4-week event starting in April. And already, there was already an issue where a week before it started, Targets were already getting Holothon products. So it's like, wait a minute, that's a big, huge red flag already. And I am very sorry to say that up till this day, there's still no straight answer as to why that happened. I mean, you could argue that maybe they got like an early promotion or whatever, but at the same time, they really should not have done that because obviously it creates a lot of fear in collectors, including myself. I wasn't too happy about this either. I did a whole rant video and everything, kind of complaining because it's like, why though? Because not only is that going to throw people off track, but a lot of the good products, a lot of the stuff that's come out around that time is going to be gone. Because that was another issue that they really should not have done. Holothon is that they shouldn't really be saying that this is kind of like a, like once they're out there, they're kind of out there type of thing. Like those type of exclusives, basically, like the ones where as soon as they're sold, it's not going to be anymore. And I guess there are some hints of that. I'm not too sure how true that meaning is. I mean that not meaning saying. You get what you get the point. Because I know that with Fugitoid, he was part of the Holothon, collaboration. And now that this thing is over, He'll be coming back later this year, so it's like, oh, okay, so now we're gonna have to wait till who knows how long just to see him again. So that's kind of the whole gist of it, obviously, and it doesn't just end there, obviously. This, like I said, this is supposed to be a 4-week event, so every Friday there will be new stuff, new products. So it's like, oh, okay, I can't wait, even though it's like still really difficult. And to make a nice slap in the face, some targets don't even have Holothon product out. I've definitely seen that a lot from collectors that they've basically found nothing, and that sucks. That really does. And like I say, I don't know if it just depends on where you are. I really don't know. So it's like sorry. So it's like, I don't know, man. And the thing is, I remember when they were starting to come out early, they were in places like in Chicago and stuff like that. So they're really out there. So it's like eventually later on in a lot of the states, we will start to see product. But apparently, there are some people that never even found the stuff to begin with. And obviously, shopping online is a shit show. I mean, listen, I love eBay and everything, but holy crap, has it gone downhill for such a long time, especially the whole scalping issue? Because for those of you that are not 100% on this whole thing, and also, you know what? I just remembered I made a mistake. I'm so stupid. They actually did announce Holothon in February, not in March. I just realized that now. And who's texting me? Okay, I'll answer that later. No, okay. So let me go back a little bit. I made a mistake. It wasn't in March that they announced. It was in February because the first day of Holothon was on March 18th. I just remembered that. I don't know how I forget that because I even did a video and everything that I went, and the first day was actually a success. But for everybody else, not too much. You know what I mean? Sorry, I made that mistake. But luckily I caught it before we can move on, right? But now I lost my train of thought. Now I don't remember what I was talking about because I know I was talking about how some targets had stuff and some of them didn't. Oh yeah, I'm going online. Okay, I remember now. Shopping online is hell because I would assume that this is the pandemic's fault, but obviously finding product was pretty hard at the time. With what's going on. So, of course, if people got an idea, hey, if I just buy a whole bunch of these toys and sell them for a high price online, I could make a quick buck, right? And sadly, yeah, that is the case. And I am very, very deeply upset to see that Holothon has definitely had an effect on this. You definitely see a lot of people selling these figures for ridiculous prices, and honestly, like I like shoot me, honestly, come on. You want almost $200 for the ultimate Ash from the original Evil Dead films? A figure that costs roughly $32.99. So yeah, already it doesn't look too good. And yeah, you could think as long as they're giving us some good products, right? Hey, at least that's what counts. But again, it all comes down to like where you're visiting, because apparently a lot of these targets, they didn't even know this was a thing. That sucks. They didn't even know that Holothon was an actual event that they were doing. So it's like, okay, no, something went wrong because somebody has to like look into this. Somebody's supposed to know that this was going to be a thing. Now, don't get me wrong. As an employee at a store, understandably, you're not gonna memorize every single thing that's on sale. Obviously, that's absurd. It's gonna hurt your brain, right? So listen, you don't expect every single employee to know what it is. But I'm just saying though, it's like when even like managers and stuff like that don't even know. That's a big problem. And honestly, I don't really know who it falls down to. Is it the store themselves that should have known about this, or is it Holothon's fault for not letting them know? I mean, if this is all over social media, I mean, this was like everywhere. So I don't know how you can miss this. Same goes for a lot of people that participated in this too. Like with Kevin Eastman, he did like some sign, not signed figures, but basically they did like a card. He wasn't the only one too. Like I forgot her real name, but the lady that played as Elvra, I can't pronounce the name. I'm so sorry. Yeah, basically they signed their name to put in a little card, and then they put it in the figures. And they were called the signature editions, right? So if you wanted to get the Fugitoid signature edition, that's gonna cost you about roughly $100. Yeah. Same goes for the I'm not gonna even bother with that. That was also $100, right? So same goes for the even for Gremlins too. If you want Gizmo, the signature edition, that was like $100. So it's like okay, so they're really trying to push on with this stuff, huh? And admittedly, even I have to say, I don't think this whole thing went down too well, especially when it comes to their shopping online. Because yes, Holothon did have their own website, and wow, that was something. It definitely caused an uproar. That's all I'm gonna say. Because this stuff comes out mostly here in America and the United States, obviously a lot of collectors outside of the US, they don't really get to enjoy this type of stuff, and it's sad. So Holothon was actually a perfect thing for that. They advertised themselves as, hey, if for all you people out there in other countries, you want to buy our stuff, come to our website. And it's okay, no, because I don't know if it was Mexico or Puerto Rico, I don't remember, but I saw it on a Reddit post that someone wanted to buy something and the shipping was like $30 or 40 or something like that. And I don't know what the heck they were buying, but obviously, that's still a lot of shipping. And there were even some people saying that they weren't even like doing international shippings to begin with. They kind of like cop out of it basically, probably because it got kind of difficult. And that's pretty bad because you can't really advertise yourself as international when you can't really release the products internationally, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm just saying. So yeah, long story short, this wasn't really going too well. And admittedly, it was pretty frustrating because this was every Friday. Like I say, this all started on March 18th, right? So this was like 4 weeks. And even after the 4 weeks was over, they were still sending out some products here and there. And that's fine. That's all good as long as they still got some stuff to get out there. But at the same time, it was such a huge mess. Not to mention the anxiety that honestly how do I say it? I dropped my pen. Anyway, so it's like you wanna find that stuff, but you wanna beat out the scalpers at the same time. But that gets pretty difficult when you don't have the time to really do that. Again, it sucks, especially if you don't have a car and the target's pretty far away. So long story short, that's kind of a sucky position to be in. You'll be lucky if you find everything. I mean, that's why I can't give my proper opinion on Holothon because, admittedly, I pretty much found everything I wanted. If I'm being honest, I really did. So I should be satisfied. But I feel bad because I don't want to say, "Oh, this was great. I love this," but then it's wasn't really a good experience for everyone else. And like I say, I didn't get everything I wanted. I still want that Toko and Rawzar 2-pack too because listen, I love Ninja Turtles. You can see it in the background over there. I got my NECA collection right there. It's a lot of stuff. The fact that I'm still willing to buy more Ninja Turtle stuff, that's lots of dedication right there because I don't got no room, but it's okay. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Okay. I mean, I'm already getting like jumbled up by my Godzilla collection, but it is what it is. Okay, you can't really argue with that. Uh, but yeah, is Holothon good? Is it bad? I think that's up to you. I don't know. This is like the ending to Revelations Persona. I don't know. Most of you guys, I mean, for the people that watch my channel, you probably don't know about this game, right? It's the first Persona game that came on the PS1, and basically the ending for it was like it talks about how the aftermath of the characters and how their lives are doing now, and then it mentions the main character, you, and it says how did he came to be. Well, that's up to you to decide. They literally said that in the end credits. So that's how I feel about Holothon. Did you have a nice experience? Was it okay? Did you find everything you wanted? I mean, like I say, it's really up to you to decide. Do you think it was good? Do you think it was bad? Honestly, it's hard for me to call it a neutral experience because even I was pretty frustrated a lot of the time. Even though I found what I wanted, still, it's very annoying. Do I want NECA to do this again? Maybe try something different and not whatever this was. Also, making it a Target exclusive, that was not a good idea either. So probably safe to say that let's not let's actually keep things formal is all I have to say, right? If you're gonna plan this out, make sure it actually goes through. before, this whole mess goes out. I know it's difficult. Okay, I get it. All right, this is a big company. And like I said, they probably won't suffer too much from this because they made their money back already. So it's not like they're really going to have any issues as long as the products sell. That's what matters to them. And, you could argue that, oh, this is just them not caring about us and whatever. But, we got to remember at the end of the day, they're still making products and they're making stuff that we like. Obviously they're not gonna be able to make every single, figure based on every single franchise. Obviously, that's pretty difficult. That's a weird way of wording it, but that's pretty much all I gotta say there. I don't really got nothing else. So yeah, that's about it. So I guess sadly, this is still a to be continued situation because obviously people are gonna probably want to wonder what are my true thoughts on this. And I don't want to call it quits because, like I say, they're still doing Haulathon products. You still see them around. I mean, I watch YouTubers and then they still find stuff from Haulathon anyway. People are still finding future toys. Some people they've even spotted like a shit ton of like metalheads and glow in the dark muckmans. So yeah, obviously it's over, but it's not like completely over per se. I'm assuming they're trying to like push out whatever products they have left. And after that, then they'll start to make way for new stuff. And I'll be honest, I really do want to see some new stuff eventually. I mean, so far at my local Target, I mean, I always film sometimes when I go to Target and I find some stuff, right? So I was lucky enough to find some things, but obviously they're not related to Haulathon. Like I remember I got the Godzilla Tetris or whatever you call it. Obviously not part of it, but hey, at least it's something. Yeah, and then same goes for when I bought Ghostface from Scream. I bought the retro cloth version. And it's like I remember I was debating. I was like, I like it, but do I really need it? And I'm like, I mean, I love Scream, so okay, why not? Whatever. As long as you like it, you know what I mean? Don't buy stuff just to buy it, all right? That's all I gotta say. So yeah, I guess that's about it, to be continued, all right. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be concluded yet, though. So, I do apologize if I make another Holothon video because even I'll admit I feel like I'm making a little bit too many of them, but I can't help it. It's kind of interesting, you know what I mean? I have to, I have to. Come on, man. Especially if it's toy related. Because you know me, I'm a collector. This is what I like. This is what I'm gonna talk about. And okay, that's another thing I forgot to mention too. I did say I want to focus on more gaming stuff, which I will, but I gotta talk about some toys on the side. I mean, you want some of that twin tail, right? We'll get to it. We'll get to it eventually. So until then, to be continued. I'll see you guys whenever. You never know what I'm gonna do next. That's all I'm gonna say. Could be another Holothon video, could be something else, could be a toy hunt, could be a meme, whatever. So until then, I hope you guys stay safe out there, as always, in this kind of weird world we live in, I guess. I don't know. So if you like what you saw, leave a like, subscribe. If you dislike it, you dislike it. If you want to subscribe to the channel, go right ahead to enjoy some more weird content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.